Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today our group will present on the topic of natural monopoly in Malaysia using Tenaga Nasional Berhad or TNB as our main example. A natural monopoly occurs when a single firm can supply an entire market at a lower cost than multiple competing firms. This usually happens because the industry requires very high infrastructure costs and extensive network. In Malaysia, this electricity supply industry is considered a natural monopoly. The TNB is responsible for generating, transmitting and distributing electricity to millions of households and businesses across Peninsula Malaysia. The reason this industry is a natural monopoly is that building multiple electricity transmission network would be extremely expensive and inefficient. Therefore, having one provider is more cost effective for society. In this presentation, we will discuss the characteristics of natural monopoly, examine real-world evidence from Malaysia, and evaluate its implications for entrepreneurs and consumers.
Next, let us examine the market structure of a natural monopoly. There are several key characteristics. First, there is one dominant supplier. In Malaysia, TNB dominates electricity transmission and distribution services. Second, the industry has very high fixed costs. Building power stations, transmission lines, substation and maintenance system requires billions of ringgit. Third, there are strong barriers to entry. New firms would need enormous capital investment and government approval before entering the market. Fourth, natural monopolies benefit from economies of scale. As production increases, the average cost per unit decreases. Therefore, one large company can provide electricity more efficiently than several smaller companies. Now, let us compare natural monopoly with perfect competition. In perfect competition, there are many sellers, products are identical, and firms are price takers. However, in a natural monopoly, there is only one major supplier. Entry barriers are extremely high. The firm has significant market power. Government regulation is necessary to protect consumers. Therefore, TNB represents a clear example of a natural monopoly because duplication of electricity network would increase costs and reduce efficiency.
Now, let us look at some real-world evidence. TNB serves millions of customers throughout Peninsula Malaysia and operate thousands of kilometers of transmission and distribution lines. The company invests heavily in infrastructure development, maintenance, and modernization of the electricity grid. For example, TNB continues to invest in renewable energy projects, smart grid technology, and energy efficiency initiatives to ensure a reliable electricity supply. If several companies were allowed to buy separate electricity networks, consumers would face higher costs because infrastructure will be duplicated. Consumer demand for electricity is also relatively inelastic because electricity is a basic necessity for households, schools, hospitals, and businesses. This demonstrates why electricity distribution naturally fits the characteristic of natural monopoly.
Next, entrepreneurial implication. Natural monopoly has several implications for entrepreneurs and society. The first implication is the presence of high entry barriers. Entrepreneurs cannot easily enter the electricity distribution market due to huge capital requirements and regulation. Second, innovation opportunities. Existing support industry rather than directly competing with TNB. For example, entrepreneurs can focus on solar energy system, energy saving technology, and smart energy solution. Third, natural monopoly contributes significantly to economic development by ensuring stable infrastructure service. However, monopoly power may also create concerns such as higher price or reduced incentive for efficiency. Therefore, government agencies regulate TNB operation and electricity tariff to protect consumers. In Malaysia, regulatory oversight helps balance business sustainability with public welfare.
In conclusion, a natural monopoly exists when one firm can supply the entire market more efficiently than multiple competitors. TNB is a strong example of a natural monopoly in Malaysia because of its extensive infrastructure network, economies of scale, and high barriers to entry. Our group believes that natural monopolies can benefit society when they are properly regulated. We recommend that the government continues monitoring electricity pricing, TNB increases investments in renewable energy, and more opportunities be created for entrepreneurs in green technology and energy innovation sector. Thank you for your attention.